3, 2, 1.
Mtu asome hiyo kizungu, permaculture learning and feeding garden, courtesy of GGI Green Generation Initiative. One more time, makofi tafadhali. There's a song, it's an international song, I know you guys know it, it goes like this. Okiona ginyete koko mondena yone. Okiona ginyete koko mondena yone. Tosienene anini. Alini mondena yone. Sikiaje ndani uzoge duda. Alini mondena yone.
Other schools around Treeside, the students in Treeside, the community, they can come here and learn about this whole system. So this whole space, it features a vertical garden, a food forest, and a chicken coop, and also the very compost system, which is right here behind us. And there's also a living herb wall. And this herb hall has all the types of herbs that you can also be able to use to supplement nutrition. And it's also been designed to demonstrate sustainable food production. So in every space you go, you'll see a sign as this one that you can be able to read what that space means. And you can also learn and you can share with other people. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. I think now we can enter inside.
Yeah.
Performed and done this. Whether she's handing over.
So we plant this using pumice. So we don't use soil. The reason why we don't use soil is because pumice is inert. So that means that it's not like normal soil. Madam Chris knows this. It's not like soil. So sometimes when you grow with soil, you find there's some nutrients that could not be maybe in a certain soil sample. So we use pumice, which is inert. So it has zero nutrients. And then, but how we feed the crop and the vegetables, it's from the tank. So all the nutrients they're put in the tank. So there's an underground tank that is right there. And then every 10 minutes, for a whole day, we only water this for 10 minutes only. So only 10 minutes, so the water flows in cycles, so 3 cycles of about 3 minutes each. And then from there, that's now the plants can be able to take up the nutrients from the water that is coming in. So in actual sense, the plants are just floating. So if we just uproot them, they get out. Yeah, it's so the plants are not like really so much hard on the ground, no. They're actually just floating on the pumice. Great.
Beautiful. So
here we have managu. So we have skuma, we have managu, same concept. So we're mixing different sorts of vegetables for the kids. So what you guys maybe buy in Chandarana, we also want the kids here at Treeside to have the same vegetables. So there's on the other side, I don't know whether you saw, there is pak choy, or Chinese cabbage, and then there is spring onion, there is managu, we have tomatoes, we have lettuce, there are carrots down here. So we try and mix quite a number of vegetables so that the kids can be able to have quite a number of array of nutritious vegetables that they can be able to get. So this, we started, this has been like about, this is the 3rd month now, but this is like about 1.5. So 1.5, so there's a section that has not, so the spinach was like about 1.5. But Mwalimu, the teacher can explain more, Teacher Salome.
And the school is already harvesting, so this is not the first time they will harvest. They've already been harvesting, and Mwalimu can share that.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have been feeding from these vegetables. The duration is roughly 4 months. And if you look at the tomatoes, we are not buying tomatoes now. Already we have ripe tomatoes with us. Already we have vegetables ready for consumption. we are improving the diet of our learners. We thank you so much. GGI.
Yeah? Well done. Thank you so much. I think now we can go back to the other side.
I just want to take this opportunity now to welcome our guest of honor for the day as well, who is none other than Senator Crystal Asige, who is also a representative of the people with disabilities in the Senate. And I know she will share more with us. When we met her in Hamburg just a few weeks ago, when she was attending the Hamburg Sustainability Conference in Germany, we mentioned to her about Treeside and what we are doing, and she was impressed, and we are so grateful, Senator, that you accepted to come and be with us here today. And she's here with us, and she will speak with us as well. Let's appreciate her as she comes.
Loki. I'm not joking. DJ knows that I'm a musician, so he knows how to pull at my heartstrings. Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me here today. As you have heard, my name is Senator Crystal Asige. Mombasa is my county, ODM is my party, and in the Senate, disability is my one and only duty. And because I'm a person with disability, with a visual impairment, and because I'm a youth myself, and because I'm a woman, all of these special interest groups and the activities and programs and legislation that touch on any of these three groups is my business, and I do it passionately. So I thank you so much for inviting me, Liz. We met, like she said, in Hamburg just very recently, and she hunted me down in the networking, in the coffee area. And she came and told me all about what she's doing with GGI at Treeside, and I said, absolutely, let's exchange contacts, and as soon as we get back to Kenya, I'll be there. So thank you for inviting me. I am very proud to see and have my fellow PWDs in the house. Sasani Treeside? Mko fiti? Mnanijua? And I remember that our DJ was impressed that there was a Frenchman speaking Swahili. Mesdames et messieurs, je parlais français aussi. Et I also want you to know that there are Kenyans who can also speak some French. But I'll do a presentation in French another time, another forum. But thank you so much. I am very proud anytime that I see my fellow VIPs or my fellow PWDs doing fantastic work. My story is very simple, though it's long. It relates, I think, to what we are here to celebrate today. I wasn't born with a disability. I actually was born with my full eyesight in Mombasa. And it was only in high school when I began to lose my eyesight very slowly and progressively because of a condition called glaucoma. So after I realized that I had a problem with my eyesight when I was around 15 years old in high school, I went through many tests, a long time of wondering what could be wrong with me. And it was only when I reached university in the UK when I was diagnosed officially with glaucoma. That was when I was about 20 years old. And they told me by 25 years old, you'll probably go blind because glaucoma has no cure. And as you can see, it happened. But I think that the beautiful thing about being somebody who is a person with disability is that even though we have one ability or another that is reduced, it heightens other abilities. And that is true for me. Even though when I was in high school and I went to university in the UK and I worked at the BBC in the UK after university, my plan was to be in the performing arts and media. That was my plan. Then I got the diagnosis and I asked myself, why is it that God is telling me, putting a passion for media and performing arts and being on the stage and talking to people and acting and singing and then telling me that that art, that passion that requires eyesight will be taken away because your eyesight is going to be taken away. However, in the process, even though my eyesight declined, my voice remained. And that's the beautiful part of disability, because like I say, even though one thing disappears, another thing comes up even stronger. And I think that what we are seeing here today with young people of Treeside, my learners with disabilities, is that even though they do have a disability, there is this ability and this ability and this ability and another one that can shine in its place. And today we are seeing, and in all special schools, and here at Treeside today, we are seeing young people gain a new ability of being able to plant for themselves, being able to think of climate change, being able to have chicken farms as well. And it's really beautiful because these are the skills that they will need and they will use for the rest of their lives. Just like my voice, I will use it for the rest of my life, whether it's in music, whether it's in advocacy, whether it's in parliament. It doesn't need my eyes to see. And I want to encourage young people, my learners with disabilities, Treeside, you guys can do fantastic work. If you believe that you can do fantastic work, you should look at me as an example of a person who started with very little from Mombasa. I was born in Bombolulu. My family is not wealthy. We're not from a political family. I'm the first politician. I'm the last born child and the only one with a disability with even my cousins. I'm the only person with a disability. But God still gave me the opportunity to do what I'm doing today. So I'm saying that to tell you, learners with disabilities, my people, my main constituents, is that you can be the one who is here in a few years' time. There's nothing stopping you. So you should never, ever think even outside of the box. You should think without a box. That's how you're going to get to places like this and speaking to ambassadors and ministries and members of parliament the way I am able to do now that I'm in this position. This is only the beginning. And this skill that you are learning, it's a skill that I also want. And I want to come to Treeside to make sure that I also get my training on vertical gardens. Wow. So that the day my assignment in Parliament is finished, my assignment as a public servant in Kenya is finished, and when God will tell me, you have done a good work, you now rest. I can now go home and plant my spring onions and my potatoes and everything else. So I want to say thank you so much to Madam Salome as well. You're doing wonderfully. I am encouraging you to continue and to continue to energize your staff and the community that you work with to support our learners with disabilities, because people like you who make people like me. It's because of the support that I received when I was younger, yes. It's because of the support that I received when I was younger, from family, from my close friends, from communities who are around me, from the one or two teachers who still believed that I could do something even though I had a disability. It was them who showed me what I could be. And sometimes, as people with disabilities, all we need is for someone to tell us, yes, you can do it. You can absolutely go for it. And for that fire to be lit inside of us. So this is just one out of many things that these young people will go away from Treeside School having learnt. I'm sure that you have planted a lot more seeds, both figuratively and literally, in the lives and the hearts of these young kids. And I'm really, really happy to be able to come and witness that. And also to extend my thanks, my sincere thanks and gratitude to GGI and what they're doing, not just in Treeside, but across the country. And I want to encourage that my office, through myself, even my foundation, the Crystal Asige Foundation, I will be happy to support in any way. And I want to begin to do that by giving a small donation of 50,000 shillings to GGI, so that they can come to Mombasa and teach us as well. Or anywhere else in the country, because wherever there is people with disability, I believe there is innovation. I believe that disability drives innovation. Do you know why I say that, Madam Salome? Do you know how the keyboard came into existence? the keyboard that we all use on our computers, on our phones. It was actually an innovation that came about because of a solution being given to visually impaired people that could not use a pen and paper to write. So somebody invented the keyboard so that we could also type and write our thoughts down. And now everyone in the world uses a keyboard. So you see what I mean about disability drives innovation for the whole world. Do you know how text messaging was also born? Text messaging was an innovation that was created as a solution for the deaf to be able to communicate. Because as you can remember, back in the day we used to have the rotary phones, the one you used to and then you call. In the early 80s, someone realized that they could not communicate to their deaf loved one. And because of that problem, they came up with that innovation of text messaging, the SMS system, so that they could communicate with their deaf loved one. And now we all use text messaging in the entire world. Disability drives innovation. I can give you so many more examples. The automatic car, the remote control. There's so many different things that people with disabilities are the ones who inspired those innovations. And look at all of these young people. I think you said you have about 200 learners in Treeside. They could be the next people who bring up the world's greatest innovation. And maybe it will be innovation towards climate change or towards climate action. It might be an innovation towards food sovereignty, I like to call it. I don't like to call it food security. I prefer calling it food sovereignty because Africa has 60% of the world's arable land. It is here with us in Africa. And young people like these are the ones who are going to take us from food security, where we, for some reason, don't have enough to feed ourselves in Africa, to food sovereignty. So this is not just a small seed that you have planted, but one that I believe will not just serve Treeside or the community here or Kenya, but it could provide a service to the entire world, just like the other innovations I've mentioned. So I say all that to say, keep going, keep pushing. I've got my t-shirt here that says push. Can you see it? It's a motto that I like to go by. And it says, pursue until something happens. That's what we as Kenyans, as young people, as people with disabilities need to continue to do. We must continue pushing past barriers, pushing past discrimination, pushing past limitations, pushing past attitudes of other people against us. We must continue to push and pursue until something happens. Until you become a senator, until you guys, Treeside School has the next president of the Republic of Kenya. You just keep pushing, because I believe it can happen. So I want to thank you so much. I won't take any more of your time, just to say thank you. And whenever you need me, Treeside and anyone else in the audience that sees fruit in this project moving forward, I want to assure you that myself, through my foundation, or myself as an individual, I will be absolutely at your service. I thank you very, very much.